Hey, hello everyone. I hope you all are doing great. This is the day three, and let's be little conversational today. We will discuss a lot of things. We will let me add the people. They are waiting in the lobby. Give me a second. Yeah, great. So, as the agenda already shared, today's topic is the flow over velocity. This is all about the matrices. I hope you guys are aware very well. So before starting the day, let me clear a few things. Be open to talk. You can turn on your mic and you can talk if you have anything in between. Even you can answer by turning on your mic if there will be any question or any discussion going around during the session. So I'm going to share my screen and we will start our day three. Okay. I hope you all are able to see my screen. Just give a thumbs up if my screen is visible to all of you. Kindly confirm anyone. Is my screen visible? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Shakira. Okay, so let's start our day with this a very short 3-minute video. Watch it very carefully. After this video, we will discuss the takeaway. What any one takeaway anyone can discuss. Okay, so let me play it.
There is no audio sound.
Okay, I think it is not audible to all of you. Give me a second. Okay, via settings, it is enabled. Okay, I'll figure it out later on. No problem. We will go through with the video at the end of the session, might be. So, because without wasting the time, let's start the topic of the day. So, as I already shared the topic, that is the metric part we will cover today. And this is the flow over velocity, basically a metric shift. Before starting, I just wanted to ask one question. For an example, we have two teams, Team A and Team B. The velocity of Team A is 48 story point and the velocity of Team B is 31 story point. So, what do you think? Which team is performing better? Anyone can answer?
Velocity cannot be compared, okay, because it is depending on what is effectiveness. It is on the effort and what kind of risk and uncertainty and complexity. Okay, they are handling. Okay, so velocity of two teams cannot be compared. Two teams
Very
are
good.
independent. individuality.
Yeah, thanks, Sanjay. So there is a few answers in the chat window also. Yeah, uh, right, Matthew. We cannot compare the velocity of the two teams because there might be different reason. For an example, team A is able to complete 48 story point, but maybe 12 stories still are in progress. 5 stories are spillover, and no production development in the sprint, and team is exhausted and demoralized. That might be the situation or might be not. On the other hand, team B 31 story point but zero carryover. They are shipping the production development every sprint. Average cycle time is low, and team is very much confident. So you answered very well. We cannot compare the velocity of the two teams. But I came to know most of the time in the workplace, managers asking to increase the velocity of the team, and mostly with the new Scrum Masters, they wanted to just push them to increase the velocity and all these things. So the agenda is basically velocity is, we can say it is kind of a trap. Why? Because it is rewarding the estimations, not the delivery. Team learn bigger estimations, high velocity, but nothing speeds up. For an example, team might be able to maintain the 80 story points in each sprint, but maybe productivity is zero there. So there is a 4 5 examples we will discuss here today. That will we can because when we discuss it, we can definitely share it with the people, or at we can just try to experiment it at our workplace too. In the velocity, there it is hiding the carryover also. For example, five unfinished story roll down to the next sprint, but velocity still looks fine. Value delivery might be ignored in that case also. For an example, a 13 story point nobody uses, but that is the story is considering the 13 points, so it looks like a high valued story, while a one at the same time the one story point story delivers some revenue. So this is the third one. Another we can discuss, like the point that Sanjoy shared. We cannot compare the velocity across the teams. Two teams estimating the same work and give different point. So cross team comparison is totally meaningless, and it can also create the wrong conversation too. When velocity drop, team defend numbers instead of discussing about the value, quality, and the blocker. So these are the few points that we just have to learn to coach to our managers, might be, or most of the time at the delivery, and delivery leads, delivery manager are most of the time found so much focused over the velocity part. So what if we are not considering the velocity, or we should not taking so much care about the velocity, then what are the things that we should take care? So there are a few things. For an example, few matrices that definitely we have to be very much careful about. These are: number one is the cycle time, number two is the lead time, number three is the throughput, and number four is the WIP. That is the work in progress. Anyone of you want to share some insights about those matrices that we are going to discuss here now, or just wanted to share any example or any experience over there?
Yes, I have done. Cycle time is I can when an work item started till the time it finished. Lead time is when the item is requested till it is finished. Okay, and what do you say? The work in progress item. So they are the items which are already in the system. They are in progress, but it is not finished yet. And last, what do you say? Last metric.
Last metric is WIP, work in progress.
Okay, I already said work in progress. And what
Throughput,
item is pardon?
throughput.
Throughput is the number of number of items of in any unit that is like sorry that is now that come out start to finish per unit of time. The unit of time may be differ to different organizations.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks, Sanjay, to covering this part. And thank. So let's discuss it a little more in deep with some examples. So number one is the cycle time. Very simple. Cycle time is what? When the work started to when the work is done. For an example, all the work in the to-do list, when the team start the work, keep it in the in progress section, and when it moves in the done. So all the time in between all these stages is the cycle time. That means how long it takes to your team to complete one item. This is the cycle time. Second one, we discuss the lead time. What is the lead time? When the work is requested to when the work is delivered. Requested means when the work is requested by the stakeholder and we added it in our backlog. That is the actually customer experiencing. Like some of the time we listen like there is a delay in the backlog and might be due to the dependency gap and other reasons. Suppose some item is added in the backlog, but after 3 months it is adding in the sprint and team started working there. So all these time is considering as a lead time, the requested time to the deliver time. And what the cycle time? The started time to the deliver time. So this is the basic difference in between the cycle and the lead time. Let's cover the definition part first. Later on, we will discuss how it is adding the value in our work and in our team. Third one is the throughput. What is the throughput? Throughput is the items completed per sprint. So throughput help us in the better forecasting because we are counting the completed stories, no estimation needed there. So how many items are completed per sprint is the throughput of that particular team member for that particular team. The last one is the WIP. WIP is the work in progress. Work in progress is what? This is like you are, for an example, the total, the number of tickets or tasks you can say your team started but not finished. For an example, from the to-do team, keep a ticket in the in progress, or there are few tickets in the review section, few in the on hold. So there are, for example, in your 2 weeks of sprint, there are 8 tickets roaming here and there over the board. So all these are considering as a WIP, work in progress. So what we have to do, we have to reduce the WIP to get a better outcome. I'm giving you an example to make it more clear. For an example, imagine you are running a coffee shop. What is the WIP? You have 10 customers who have paid and waiting for their coffee. They are waiting. That means work in progress here and there. So the waiting of the 10 customer is the work in progress. What is the throughput? Your barista can make 2 coffee per minute. So 2 coffee per minute is the throughput. How we are calculating the cycle time? The cycle time we can get dividing the WIP by the throughput. In this scenario, the WIP is 10. 10 customers are waiting in the lobby and the throughput is 2. So the cycle time is the 5 minutes. So what is the result? Every customer has to wait 5 minutes for their coffee. So the coffee shop looks crowded and customers are frustrated because there are 10 customers. So you can imagine the 9th customer should wait how much long time. Now, the scenario 2 we are considering where we will reduce the WIP. For an example, the WIP, I decided in my coffee shop, only 2 customers are allowed to order at a time. So what I did, I limit the WIP. Second, throughput is the same. My barista is still making 2 coffees per minute. So what is the calculation here? Cycle time is equal to WIP divided by throughput. The WIP is 2. 2 customers can order at the same time. And the throughput is also 2 coffee per minute. So the answer is the 1. Cycle time is the 1 minute. That means barista is not working faster. Barista is delivering 2 coffee per minute, but the customer get their coffee in 1 minute instead of 5 minutes. So what we did here, we are the value we delivered 5 times faster here. So this is the scene where when we reducing the WIP, automatically our work will be faster at the same time. Yes, Ojasvi, you have any question?
Yes, Juveria, are you sharing the screen or?
No, I was not shared my screen because this
Okay,
is
okay.
yeah. Do you want to go with the presentation? I was created something, but I think this is not required, so that's why I was not
No,
shared
no,
till
that's
now.
okay. That's
But
okay.
yeah, after
Okay.
the session, team. Actually, I was not able to send the yesterday PDF due to some technical issues over the email. So what I will do, I will try it today again, but if I'm not able to send it properly, so what I will do, I will create a Google Drive. I will add all this material there and I'll share with it to you all people. So you can get all the things.
Okay.
That would
Yeah,
be
Thank you.
preferable. The Google Drive and just having everything.
Yeah, okay, perfect. I'll do the same. Okay, so I think this part is clear. Till this part, it is clear to all of you, right? What is the next? Why we are considering the cycle time as a core matrix? Because cycle time means work moved to in progress to work moved to done. When we are reducing our WIP work in progress, then our cycle time will be increased automatically. Then we will get a better cycle time automatically. How we can check a health benchmark, you can say, when we are working and we have a Jira board and we have some planned work. So there will be a kind of a benchmark we can define. For an example, a user story cycle time 2 to 4 days. Suppose in all the scenario, I'm considering a 10 days of the sprint. So user story considering 2 to 4 days. So I think it is in a good state. Bug fixing 1 to 2 day. That is the healthy benchmark. Technical task might be can take 1 to 3 days, and epic definitely we are tracking with the stories. So we can say ki suppose cycle time is greater than the sprint length. For example, sprint length is 10 days, but the cycle time is 11 or 12 days. That means the story is too big. We have to split down the story properly. Second, cycle time growing, sprint by sprint. For example, in this sprint, cycle time is some value n, next sprint n+1. So what is it means? We are our WIP is creeping. So we have to limit our WIP. We have to work on the WIP limit. So how we have to do it in practice, I'll explain it in a later part, where we have to find a stage where we have to define the WIP for our team. And we have to work on that particular pattern only. So different story type taking same time. For an example, user stories, bug fix, technical tasks, all the stories are taking the same time to complete, like 2 to 4 days, 2 to 4 days for all. So that means in our team, there is a no breakdown discipline. So we have to fix that also. We have to create a working agreement with the team where we can define these things. In the exceptional case, might be any bug took more time due to XYZ reason, that is another part. But we have to define a rule to set the matrix for our team, first of all. Later, we can discuss a scenario. Whatever I explain you on the coffee shop example, that is called the little law, which is saying cycle time is equal to WIP divided by the throughput. Same what we can do for an example. Let me show you something. Give me a second. Yeah, Matthew, I'm sharing my screen for the better understanding. Okay, perfect. So my screen is visible, right?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thanks. So what is the cycle time? As we discussed already earlier, the WIP divided by the throughput, we are able to get the cycle time. I explained you the example of the coffee shop. Now let's discuss it with the example of our, in terms of our sprint. For an example, in our project, what is the current state? Currently, the WIP is 12. 12 items are allowed in the working state at a current time. State could be any, in progress, blocker, or might be review, or any whatever you are using in your organization. Throughput 6 per sprint. Team is able to complete it 6 stories per sprint. So the cycle time is the 2 week. WIP divided by the throughput. Now what we did, we reduced the WIP to 8. We put a limit with the team, like in one time, only 8 stories should be in progress. Once all these will be done, then we will keep the 9th story on the board. Throughput is the same, 6 story per sprint. Cycle time reduced, 1.3 weeks in this situation. Now what will be the next experiment with the team? We're reducing the WIP more. The WIP is 6 story this time. Throughput same cycle time is reduced again. So we get a better outcome here. Same throughput, same team, same people, but by limiting the WIP, we can impact or we can enhance the team's performance at the same time. So this is the complete theory for the cycle time and how we can manage the cycle time with the help of WIP. So the point is,
Javed, I have a question, okay? No, cycle time is good when the developers start the work, when they finish the work, right?
yeah,
Average cycle time, nothing but how many they completed within the sprint, like how many days they took it. Number of item completed divided by number of days, right? That is average cycle time. No,
Raj, can you please drop your question in the chat box? So that will be good when I'll complete all the topic and we will take the question later on at the end.
no, question simple. Formalize the cycle time is nothing but number of backlog item completed divided by number of story point completed divided by number of days. Okay, then only cycle
Yeah.
time we are getting. But you are saying with divided by throughput. Okay, I'm not understanding that
Raj,
formula.
there is no type of story point when you're measuring cycle time. Okay.
Sanjay, your voice is little bit not clear to me. I don't know for others.
I was saying that in cycle time there is no concept of story point, as Raj was saying.
Exactly. Raj, what do you want? Should I repeat the concept again or?
Could you please repeat the concept once again, please?
Okay, perfect. Give me a second. Let me go back. So what is the cycle time? Cycle time is, there is nothing about the story point in the cycle time. Cycle time is a simple theory. Work started, work done. All the time in between those particular two stages. When we start our work, when we complete our work. Lead time, when the work is requested, that means when the work is added in the backlog, and when the work is delivered to the customer.
Yeah, but you're showing the before PPT cycle time is equal to WIP divided by throughput. That is wrong, right?
No, that is the thing, how we can manage our cycle time. For an example, we have to reduce our cycle time, right? Agenda is the cycle time should be less.
Yes.
For an example, a team is starting the work and the completing the work all the time in between those like 10 days or 7 days they are taking. So how we can achieve the better outcome when we are reducing the cycle time? The time to start the work and to close the work should be less. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, but in the realistic, when I say that we want a good cycle time, but developers saying that if they're doing hurry burry and early basis for want to improve cycle time, possible technical debt, possible happen, right?
Yeah.
That
Okay.
incident happened to in my team when I say the cycle time every quarterly cycle time, so we need to improve management asking for that. This is the questions I got from my team.
Okay, Raj, I totally understood your point. So first thing I just wanted to add, different team or different culture, different organization have a different scenario. That I started when I started, I said most of the delivery leads are saying we just wanted to increase the velocity. So my concept today, that I just trying to explain how we can explain the theory of the other matrices to make sure we are really delivering something or we are doing something in a better way or measuring a good mattress. For all your question, that is the other part also included there, the coaching part, that how we have to just convince and all the things. My agenda, Raj, definitely we will discuss all these topics. If not possible during the session, you can just book a one-on-one with me. That is totally free. The slots are available there. And we can discuss all the doubts there also if it is individual to you only. Otherwise, I'll try to cover these questions at the last day of the discussion. I'll maybe reduce the topic on that day. But the questions you are asking, the concept is the different part. The one point you say people are saying cycle time and all these things. So the coaching part is also involved there. How we have to explain them the things. There are few slides I added in my today agenda. There I will show you how we can start it and how we can show it to the people. So let me cover those first. Might be it will clear all your doubts. Or
Okay,
if not,
okay.
we will definitely connect later on. Okay, Raj?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good. So let me share my screen again. Okay. So I'm repeating the one point again here. Cycle time is the time to start the work and to done the work. Our target is to reduce the cycle time. For reducing the cycle time, this formula is the little theory to get the cycle time, how we can calculate the cycle time and how we can predict it and how we can apply it in our team. Because directly we cannot reduce the cycle time. We have to limit the WIP to reduce the cycle time. So that is the reason the formula is generated here. When we are reducing the WIP, the cycle time will be reduced automatically without compromising the throughput. Okay, let's move further. So I hope the concept of the cycle time is clear to all of you. Anyone can thumbs up. So I just make sure like you guys are with me on all the things. And we will go with the CFD now. Yeah, okay, thanks, Ujasvi. The next is there is one more report you can see in your Jira board, the cumulative flow diagram, CFD. So first in this slide, let's discuss how we can read the CFD diagram. What CFD diagram is showing? CFD diagram is showing how many items are in each workflow state over time. All these things will help you to control the WIP of your team. So that is the reason I am explaining it here one by one. For example, there is a 2-3 workflows to do. Blue one is in progress. The sea green one will be the review, and the green one will be the done. So the bandwidth, the width of the band. For example, the bandwidth is high here for done. The bandwidth is showing item stuck in this state. So if the done state is bandwidth is more of the done state, that means we are at good. All band grows properly, workflow is good, work are in the done state, and to do in progress review, everything is going properly. This is the shape one. That means it is a healthy flow. Team is completing their work, and rest of the bands are like in a properly growing. What is the second shape? WIP. Here the WIP explosion is visible. For an example, to do is very less. In progress band is very high. Review is second one, and the done is also the less. So what is in progress is exploding. So much in progress item in the sprint. Team started the work, keeping it in progress, and might be switching here and there. Too much work are started and not finished enough work. So what we have to do here with the team, we have to enforce the WIP limit with the team. We have to limit the WIP, like 4 items should be in progress, or between the done and to do, there should be only 4 items at a time, something like that. Once the third one item is moving into the done, then you can start working on the next item, something like that we can plan. What is the shape 3? Shape 3 is done is very less. Done is stop growing. To do in progress is uh, band size is little bit high, and review band size is more high. What does it mean? The dependency or approval is remaining something, because without review, team is not able to move the item in the done state. That means we have to we are some kind of block or environment, some kind of block environment. So we have to plan some agenda of the we can add the DOD items or the peer review or anything we can start. If we are finding the band size in this way, that means the delivery is blockage. To do an in progress is going well, but done is not able to grow properly because the review is very much like bulky. Does it make sense? So these diagrams, these CFD will help you to identify your team is working on which pattern, and what is the right time to control the WIP limit for your team, or to reduce the WIP limit for your team. Okay. So there is kind of a exercise I just added here. For example, your team, this is your team's CFD. In review band is growing so much growing. Because of the in review is high, done is very limited. So what we have to do here, we have to control the or we have to put some agenda on the in review part. If once it is going to be controlled, or our done can be increased, the done band will be increased properly. So what is the bottleneck here? Code review is the bottleneck. If team is completing their work, in progress band is growing well, but the in review band is blocked. So code review is the bottleneck. Stories finish development, but queue for the review. So what are the action we have to take in such cases? We have to introduce the peer review session, set a WIP limit on in review. Max 3 stories should be in the in review. So the person who were assigned for the review, they can complete it one story, then suppose 3 stories are there, one moved in done, then only the next story will be here. So 3 stories at a time. The WIP should be, we have to maintain a WIP. Or we can define some whole team are reviewing together, or we have to set the definition of ready, including the review also. Might be the QA is reviewing or anyone else. So at that, in such cases, we have to define the DOR accordingly. So these bands will help us. What are the action we have to take for the progress of our team, or for the progress of our work? Okay, I hope it is clear till all of you. And if you have any question in between, please add your question in the chat window. I'll check the questions after completing the slides. Okay. So there are some hands-on I just added here. For an example, this is sprint 14, and as per the flow audit, this is the work of the team. Stories in progress at start. 14 stories are in progress. Total 9 stories are completed. 5 stories are rolled over from the third sprint. Average cycle time is 11 days. Cycle time means story started till story finished. The sprint length is 10 working days. And the team size is 6 developers in the team. This is the complete scenario. Cycle time 11 in the 10 days of a sprint. So what does this tell us?
What is the formula for average cycle time? 11 days. How we got it?
Average cycle time, just as an example I added here, cycle time is the time team started the work and team closed the work. So it took 11 days completely. So what it means that cycle time is more than the sprint length. What it says the story is not splitted properly. Stories are too long for the sprint.
No, we have a 10 days of the sprint, right?
Exactly.
Number of story completed is 9, right?
Yeah, team completed the 9th story.
The number of story completed divided by number of days for sprint. Then only we can able to get the average cycle time, right?
No. Cycle time is the time when the work is started and when the work is finished. Only the completed stories are 9. 14
It
are in
means
progress. That means few stories are just move in the next sprint because of the length of the stories. Overall, what I just wanted to explain here, how we can identify where we have to work. Might be because with the first question, what we identified, we work on the backlog, we work on the sprint planning. We have to make sure the stories are splitted properly, small stories, so team can be able to complete all the work within the sprint.
Whatever in progress item also we need to calculate in our cycle time.
In progress item will be definitely in the cycle time because work started in the in progress.
Correct.
Do the work move in the done. So all these in the cycle time added.
No. So for example, according to here, there are 14 are we pick the sprint, 10-day sprint. Okay, out of that 9 is completed, 5 are remaining. Can we calculate it that 5 what they work in particular in progress item? Because cycle time only we consider item are completed start to end. It means developer when they start, when they completed, only we are going to pick those items, then we can do average. Maybe one backlog item we have done 2 days, one backlog item we have done 3 days, like take that 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever the backlog item, 9 backlog item, okay, and take that average days and number of story point divided by number of days. Then only we can get the average cycle time. Correct? Because of I don't know in progress item also we are going to calculate here because that is not completed, right? Why we need to take the in progress item?
We are not on the same page. You are saying earlier, you also saying the same thing. We calculated the cycle time with the help of the story points. While in the calculation of cycle time, story times doesn't came in picture. So I believe we can just check.
Cycle time. Now, how you are going to take? Either we are going to take story point only, right? Or we are going to counting only work item, how many work item they
We
completed.
are counting the work items.
Okay, work item also consider how many work item completed divided how many
No,
number
no.
of days they
See,
completed. Okay.
sorry to interrupt, Raj. Cycle time. That means you have to focus on the time. There is no story point. Number of items for the come from the finished state. Okay, that is the cycle. Sorry, the time required to item from start to finish. That is cycle time. There is no concept of story point.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Okay.
no, that is exactly. No, so, example, Javed took it only one backlog item. Our team are working. Just consider that, okay? If that backlog item they took a 3 days to complete it, I'm asking formula for. We have some formula, right? That formula I'm not getting properly here. The formula is very simple.
The
How
thing is
many?
if the one see if there is one item the team is completing it from the start to finish, it's 3 days. The cycle time is 3 days. Okay.
Yes. Now the we have completed 9 backlog item, right? Hello.
Yeah, Raj, I am listening you. But there is one request. Can we keep this discussion for the later part, if you
Okay.
don't mind? Yeah, please keep this discussion with the later part, and we will discuss all your queries. Okay. So okay, rest of the team is with me. They are able to get the flow, I hope. Okay, let me cover it. Then later on, we will discuss how we can utilize AI to identify these things. So give me a second. I'm sharing my screen again. Okay. So the point is here, what I just wanted to explain you with the help of this example. What we have to do, we have to list such data for our team, how they are working, what is their flow, kind of a flow audit we have to do. And with the help of that flow audit, we will be able to identify where we have to work with our team. What need to be fixed here? The backlog need to be fixed here, the story splitting need to be fixed here, the DOR or DOD need to be fixed, or we have to limit the WIP or anything else. So this is the overall agenda. I will share the slides or the content with you people so you can experiment it. I added few questions here just for the understanding purpose. For an example, we reduce the WIP limit. WIP limit is, we reduce the WIP by using the little law, then what will be the new cycle time? Then we can experiment it accordingly with the team also. Or what is the, like, what process change you will do might be as per your first action. So these are the all these things, because as this is the third day and from the day one we are discussing the same topic. As a Scrum Master, we have to add value with our team, and AI gives us a lot of space to work on these things, especially because the remaining part, the Jira and all the flow and all the things, backlog, story, acceptance criteria, we can manage very quickly with the help of the AI. Then we can spend our time actually in which section that show our work, that added some value in front of our team. And definitely the reason we are working to get promoted and to get hike and all the things that should be there in the picture. Or we are working as a new Scrum Master, suppose we are looking for the job, then how you can discuss these scenarios during your interview to impress your interviewer. So it like looks like, yeah, you have some knowledge, you have the idea about the things that really matters, and that should be really put some impact on the team and on the work culture. So there are few sample questions I added here that you can try with your data, and you can be able to identify your next action according to the data. Data definitely must be different for all the peoples. Even for me, my 3 different teams, different data I have, and different action items I have. So this slide is for the experiment purpose that you will get, and you can just try it. Now come to the next section, which is the AI with the flow. There are some examples I just added here. What you have to do, if you are going to use the Claude is very much expert to read all your data once you will integrate the Claude with the Jira. So you have to simply put down the statements, what you wanted to do with the, for which sprint or for which report you wanted to get the data and all the things. You don't need to copy paste the data over the Claude and you will get the answers. If you are using the other AI tools, then then definitely you have to copy the data or you have to paste the screenshot over the AI tool and you will get the data accordingly. And the third part, if you are using the robo, then also you don't have to do any kind of copy paste. You can simply ask your statement and you will get the result. So what you can experiment with the help of AI here, you can analyze the cycle time with the Claude. Like you can add a prompt, here is my team cycle time data for 8 sprint or 6 sprint, whatever. Identify pattern, outliers, and top 3 recommendations. So AI will help. What you have to do, you have to review the data, you have to understand the data. Later on, for the recommendations, you can take help with the AI. So how you can do faster work and smarter work, and you can identify the action items for your team. Second, you can upload the cumulative flow diagram, CFD screenshot, and you can describe what this CFD shows, what action should be a Scrum Master can take. So according to the band size or everything, it will give you some recommendations that you can definitely apply on your team. What Jira dashboard requirement tracking, average cycle time, give by column, throughput, lead time, what trend. So these kind of questions you can add over the Claude. I will recommend all my people who are using Jira to use the Claude because it give us more better insight and easy to use also all the time. The next example, like show me all stories with cycle time greater than 10 days in the last 3 sprints. In the natural language, you can add such statements also to get the results. So this is how you can work faster and get some action items for your team that you can implement later on, and might be you can implement to impress your peers or your managers also. You can create the list, but yeah, always do some work, do the review, collect the items from here, but you know your team much more better way. So you have to just make sure like 3 recommendations, okay, but might be only 2 you can follow. Third one is not more appropriate for your team. So all these human decisions, please take by yourself. Don't put everything on the AI. That I repeated every time. So what is the roadmap you can follow to move from the velocity to the flow? What is the transition should be? So this is just a example. You can just try it, or you can add some variations as per your team, as per your requirement. So first, what you have to do, you have to set up cycle time tracking, and you have to create a scatter plot for you, how you can just track it and everything. Add a CFD to the sprint review, like first sprint review, second sprint reviews. You have to first you have to individually track the things. Later on, you have to add or showcase it to your team also at the same time, for their understanding. Then you can set the first WIP limit for your team. Then you can show the cycle time to the leadership, and in this way you will be able to replace the velocity reporting. So this is all the structure way how you can replace the velocity reporting to a flow transition overall. So step by step how you have to go. This is just kind of a roadmap. You can add or maybe modify it as per your team's requirement and as per your need. So velocity, like velocity is telling us a story, but flow matrix telling us the truth. So this is all the things like you can start cycle time as a new matrix. You can decrease the list. You can decrease the WIP for the faster delivery. That is the one key point always. CFD all the time will show you where your work is dying in the in progress bar or in the review bar, where your work is dying, so you can plan your next action accordingly. and throughput will help you to forecast the better outcome than the velocity. So this is all about today, and tomorrow's topic is the coaching to the product owner that we will cover. Okay, I hope I took little extra time today. Sorry for that, team. But yeah, things are ended for now. Raj, please drop your question over the chat box, or you can send me email. And the best way, you can you can book a session one-on-one with me. So we will discuss all the topics there in detail. Team, can you please turn on your camera? So I just wanted to take a picture with all of you. And if you are not comfortable, then it is also fine, no issues.
Sorry, I have a question. How do we book a section with you and also, sorry, a session with you? And also, I realize you have a WhatsApp platform that has that you share content about Agile and Scrum. How do I join that?
Okay, Shakira, for that, might be we can, I will add the details, might be tomorrow,
Okay.
for the platform and all the things. To join the session, quickly, I'm just showing you how you can do it. Just give me a second. Okay, with my slides, I'll share the link with you. Let me share my screen. Okay, my screen is visible?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my page. I am sharing my link here as well with the material also. I will add the link.
Okay, thank
You
you.
can see here the 30 minutes video call.
Mhm.
You can go. There are different slots are available. You can select the day and slot accordingly, and you can just book the slot.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, most welcome. Okay, just give me a minute. So I just wanted to take a picture. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for your time and to be here with me. Definitely, we will connect tomorrow at the same time with a new agenda. Have a great time. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Thank you, Juveria.
Thanks.